Hi, Morgan.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming on to talk to me today. First of all, before we get into anything, who is this little guy that you have on your lap?
This is my new puppy, Pip. He is just 5 months old.
Okay.
He's a little Shih Poo. I guess he decided to join us.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so you are an actress, a singer, a writer. Where were you born and where did you grow up?
Oh, I was born in Decatur, Illinois. I lived there all my life until I went to college. So I ended up going to Bradley University, which is in
Okay.
Peoria, Illinois, and then I went to Long Island University post.
You are someone that sticks out in my mind who has really avoided trying to fit into any generalized character or person or type in this business. And I really want to hear how you've done that and how you've stayed really, really true to yourself in this business that sometimes wants to push you to be someone or something else.
For me, the key to holding on to you is being okay with like letting the noise be in a place different than where you are learning who you are. When you look around, you're like, I look kind of like that. Why wouldn't I just emulate that? Because that person's on TV. They're getting paid to do their art. Maybe that's my way in. The failure is inevitable. And we're changing. We're going to be someone different at 20 than we will be at 30 or 40 or 50. I'm always changing, getting more informed, getting better at things that scare me. That means I have to be and extend grace to myself on that never-ending journey that is just becoming better.
I want to get into your Broadway debut, which was Be More Chill. You were a swing in Be More Chill. And for people that don't know, Be More Chill's journey to Broadway was very unique in that a previous cast recording went viral and that kind of catapulted the show to Broadway. So it started with already this huge fan base, which is not the normal trajectory.
Right.
What was that like for you navigating the mania of the Be More Chill fans and of that Broadway experience?
I had not seen the show when I auditioned for it, and getting that job, it was almost just like they knew the people that liked the show. They knew the people that are following the show. Does this person fit inside of what we already have established? So for me, the struggle was making sure that I stayed myself and not trying to shift into this other performative version of me.
And that's a lifelong journey for most people, I think, no matter what career you're in. Be More Chill was written by our good friend, Joe Iconis, who is incredible. And if you haven't heard any of his music, everyone should go look him up. You were a swing in that show. For anyone who doesn't know what a swing is or what a swing does, can you explain a little bit about what your job was like during rehearsal and also during the run of the show?
Be More Chill for me was a little bit different because it was a show that had just ended it off Broadway run. So when they started rehearsals for Broadway, it was just tweaks and modifications to an already like established thing. So I was really having to use my brain, learn the foundation and then learn the tweaks to the foundation and just like stay as ahead as I possibly could. So I was responsible for learning all the lady tracks. So Jenna, Brooke, Chloe, and Christine. I'm a visual learner and I'm also kinesthetic. So when I was learning the show, I took a lot of videos. And when you're on stage, there's often a number line on the stage. For someone like me who wasn't doing the show every single night, I really was working hard to be as precise as I could with that number line, which shows you when I get on the bus for this character in the beginning of More Than Survive, I have to go and land on number 4 on stage left. And then I have to go over to stage right on number 6. And I would record everything and I would just watch the videos. And I was able to see like where everyone was going because it's not just my job to learn what my characters are doing. In the show, there are other people there. So I also have to know what they're doing in relationship to what I'm doing.
Can you take me through a day in your life during that run? What time you got up, what you did during the day, what time you had to be at the theater, what you needed to be prepared for when you got to the theater, the whole thing.
For a swing understudy, it's a little bit different different. So for me, I was obviously at the theater every single time there was a show at half hour until the show was over. So we have matinees on Wednesdays and Saturdays and Sundays. And on Wednesdays and Saturdays, you also have 2 shows. So you have a show in the day and a show in the evening. For understudies and swings at Be More Chill, we also had understudy rehearsal during the week. I would try to go to the gym every day just to run and sweat and stay active, because there are a lot of high energy songs in the show, and to go from not doing the show to having to jump in can be a shock. And I would take voice lessons with the show was really great at providing a vocal coach, Amanda Flynn. I would go visit her every week.
What's it like for you to go on for these characters on short notice? Can you explain maybe the most stressful moment when you realized you had to go on that night?
I think the scariest one was the first time when I went on for Stephanie. That one was the most short notice I had. Right before I went on, I told myself I only need to worry about Act 1. Like, Act 2 is not happening right now. I'm not in Act 2 right now. I just need to worry about the act that I'm going in. At this point, I know what I know and I don't what I don't. I needed to relax and just allow myself to relish in the moments that I knew and to ask questions for the moments that I didn't.
How did you feel?
I just remember the first time I went on and I was like, I'm on stage. I remember saying that, I'm on stage in my brain. I was like, people are looking at me right now. And I looked up and everyone cheered. Like, the audience started cheering when I came out. And one thing I must say about Be More Chill fans is that they are just as excited about experiencing someone else as you would hope a fan base would be. Like, I didn't feel like I was walking into the lion's den of people being like, this isn't Steph. Because in the show and through the process, the expectation was never that I would be.
Right.
You know, the expectation was that this is Morgan and Morgan's going to play her version of Christine. So rather than trying to get me to, one, accomplish something that someone has had years to work on and just like explore in the matter of an hour and a half, or, you know, 1 rehearsal a week it's absolutely insane. Everyone knows, like, my style is just like, it's not dry, but it's just like, even if it's funny, it's honest. Like, I mean it. I never felt like I was trying to be her.
Yeah.
And I remember walking out the stage door the first time playing that role, and there were all these little Black girls like just screaming like, oh my God, like, it's you. And the thing about it, as far as just like diversity and inclusion goes, imagine a world where we actually give them someone that looks like them. They're going to scream. And those were the moments that just really empowered me. So I like to think about those moments a lot, where those kids out there were seeing me. Those are the future artists and the present artists of the world. We gave them a glimpse of like, yeah, Christine could literally be any of you. Brooke can literally be any of you. Chloe can be any of you. And if you don't see you, then write you.
What are your opinions on inclusivity in theater right now, or in the entertainment business as a whole? Where do you think it's lacking? Where do you think it could improve? How do you think it could improve?
I kind of like paraphrasing something that Rachel Chafkin said when she won the Tony for Hadestown about just this pipeline issue of diversity and inclusion. Essentially, she's saying there's no pipeline problem, just hire the people. And it's like, are we going to wait till we're 90 and hope that like there's this change that I was a part of? Or are we going to do the work and bring 100, 200 people together and make something lucrative and make something? People don't have a lot of imagination. They like to think that they do.
So in addition to being an actress and a singer, you're also a writer. Do you have any advice for anyone of any age who wants to pursue any type of creative career? Acting, singing, writing, painting, whatever it is, what would you say?
I guess my advice starting off would be get active, try everything, really hone your craft. I cannot stand passionless people. If you are a struggling artist, and I say that in quotations because I think there's so many ways to go about being an artist that you don't have to struggle, you should have some passion about your art. Like, you should be practicing it and working on it and reading and working with other people and finding ways to just constantly better yourself. And a lot of people, I feel like it's the idea of performing is something that they like, but the act of perfecting, the art is a faraway thought.
Right. And every single thing worth having takes work and practice, and there's just no way around that.
Everyone has their own journey. And if you're working hard to take in what's happening around you, maybe you are a fantastic performer and it's not happening for you. Maybe that means you need to make it happen for yourself in other ways. Maybe the traditional route isn't the way you're supposed to go, and you're wasting time trying to jam into this space in this room when all the materials to build your own house are like laying right over there. And especially with what's going on in the world right now, I think a lot of people are going to give up as far as the traditional route goes, which is going in and auditioning. Jobs are going to be slim. And we all know there's like a tier system. There are people just go and just hire. They don't have to walk into a room. Like, we know how this industry works. And we have the option to subscribe to how it works and benefit from it. Or if we're not benefiting from it, to subscribe to our own ideas. The industry needs to change. I am always going to take a job that's going to benefit my career while still having the integrity that I intend to have as an artist and as an advocate. But I'm always thinking about ways to put my own things out there. I think that as we continue to expand our ideas of what it means to be successful in the industry and what it means to create our own work, that we bring people along with us.
Morgan, thank you so much for talking to me. I love talking to you, and I really, really think that you have a career that a lot of people are going to end up looking up to and wanting to emulate in the future. I really do.
I appreciate that. I hope that I will serve them well.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Pip, say bye. Say thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.